Hey, this is Leah from Dumpster Fire Budgets, and today I'm going to be cleaning the laundry room, which is super exciting. But really, the reason why I include cleaning on this channel is because I feel like the more I organize and the more I clean stuff, the more that I'm able to see what I have and the less duplicates that I buy, which is really a huge part of budgeting. And I learned that in my a little bit older years. I know I'm not very old still, but the things that I would buy duplicates of in my 20s, I definitely do not buy duplicates of now, which is much more helpful now that I have children and the budget can be really tight some months. So realizing that I have 5 rolls of paper towels already, or 10 rolls of paper towels because we just bought a huge pack from Sam's, that makes a huge difference in whether I have to buy 2 or 3 single rolls or I don't have to buy any at all. So although I don't believe that organization and cleanliness equals any sort of virtue, despite the things that you or I may have been taught in the past, I do think that being organized definitely does help save money, and to me feels a whole lot better when I walk into a room and walk into a space. I don't feel so crowded. I don't feel like there are 20 things I need to do. But as you can see here, I'm just going through what I already have, and I'm recognizing that some things aren't where they belong, and that I have different items on different shelves, which isn't that far of disorganization, but it's really just not the most optimal. You can see there I have 2 mop heads, but if I had them on 2 different shelves, I might only see one and go ahead and buy an extra one. For a little while, we had 2 different mop heads that we would use, one for a pet area and one for everywhere else in the house. We since bought a different type of mop, which you can see, one of the new trendy fancy ones that you can spin out, and I forget exactly what they're called, but they're pretty cool. It turns out that we don't like them as much as we thought we would because they go through water really fast, and we have a pretty big surface to mop. So I have to fill up the bucket 2 or 3 times during the cleaning, and I'm not really sure that the water rinses out well, but it's kind of fun, and I like that it spins out the water instead of leaving a bunch of mop water all over the floor. Again, it would probably be helpful if I could tell you what the brand is, but I cannot right now. It's one of the new fancy black and red buckets, if that tells you anything at all. Some of the things I like to think about when I'm organizing is, how would I have done this when I was younger, or what was I taught regarding this sort of process? And really, my house was clean when we were younger, but it wasn't necessarily what I would call tidy. It was very woodsy and lots of extra things, more things than I would keep myself, but that's okay. It's really just how I grew up. There were lots of craft items sitting around, lots of country sort of items. That was just the style that my mom chose to decorate in. We did live out in the mountains in the middle of nowhere, so it wasn't uncommon to have dark colors in houses and have just really cozy spaces, whereas my preference really is more open and airy. I just like that style better. There's nothing wrong with either style. But as I get older, I kind of embrace what feels more comfortable to me, and that's less ragdolls and less stars and more just wide open spaces, maybe sort of beachy feeling if you had to name it. I kind of like the whites and the pastels and just things that to me make me smile when I walk into the room. So you can see here that we have lots of paper towels. That's because we had just done a run to Sam's Club. We also have toilet paper stuck in there because we all remember the toilet paper crisis. So I definitely want to make sure in our household that we have enough toilet paper for us to go a week without having to go to the store, or 2 weeks without going to the store. If something happens, if somebody gets sick, we don't want to have to be running out for what feels like essentials. Yes, we can make do around it, but that is not something I'm super comfortable making do around. Right here you can see an after shot. I did not take a before picture. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day wherever you are, and we'll see you next time.